We are not really satisfied by the government's administration. I think most of us will agree with this. And so, for example, speaking of Chennai city, it has got a very beautiful landscape, but the city's sewage system and the waste management system, it's a problem. It's an issue that has to be addressed. It's the responsibility of the government to frame a system that works well. So it's our responsibility now when we become the future leaders. So what should we do that the present leaders lack, and how can we improve from them, and how can we be better leaders?
Oh, I thought you asking me a politically loaded question, but you softened it up very nicely. Yeah, I'm not trying to be playing with words, but fundamentally we must understand that in many ways, we only get the leaders we deserve. This may be hard to digest, but that's the fact. I'm asking a simple question. How many of you ride a motorcycle or drive a car or something? Hello? Okay. Now, I'll tell you, in Chennai city and in almost every Indian city, if there is no policeman standing there, 90% of the people will not stop at the red light. These are all essentially lawbreakers. If you make them into chief ministers or prime ministers or any kind of ministers, what do you think they will do? I'm just seeing, in Coimbatore city, usually I come and land late in the night at the airport and I'm driving back at 9:30, 10, whatever, still there is traffic. Not at 2 a.m., I'm saying. At 9 o'clock, 9:30, police have gone. At red lamp, I stop and somebody behind me honks badly. I don't understand why. Then that guy comes to the window and says like this, "What's your problem? There's no policeman, why are you stopped?" Well, there is a red light. But unfortunately, we are still in the hangover of pre-independence era, that we still think this is somebody else's country. We don't understand this is our country. Hello? Is this our country? If this is our country, how do we want our country? We must decide, isn't it? Do we want a law-abiding nation or do we want a lawless nation? We must decide we want a law-abiding nation. Why law? See, it feels like a revolution when you run through the red light. Thrill. Feels like a revolution where there is no entry and you boom, you went through and you passed through. Everybody screamed at you but you went off, boom, feels like a revolution. But if everybody in the town does the revolution, we will pick you up at the morgue. Yes? Yes or no? Only you are breaking the law, it looks like a revolution. If all of us break it tomorrow morning, you know what will happen? So, this maturity is yet to sink into the nation. We still not owning this country as ours. We're always pointing fingers at somebody. Yes, those who are in the administration are supposed to do their jobs, I'm not saying no, but who put them in that place? We put them in the place and we never asked a question. We never asked a question. So people who get elected know generally, they're a bunch of idiots, they just put vote. After that, you don't have to bother about them. We are not showing that we are responsible citizens, that we want our country in a particular way and we will follow these things. That is not there yet, we need to build that. The younger generation needs to bring that forth, that we have a certain regard and love for our nation, and we want to live in a wonderful country. Everybody wants to escape to another country. Why? Because you messed up this nation and you want to go somewhere else and mess it up too? No. There is a certain pride in building our nation the way we want it, isn't it? Rather than running away to a country which has already been done well by somebody else, are we not ashamed? I'm not saying you should not go abroad, but I'm saying you should not be running away from this country. If you have something to learn, if you have something to contribute, you have something to do, you go to another country, that's not the problem. But you should not be running away from India, isn't it? You should not be running away from India because that means you're a shameless person. You mess up everything here and you go there? No, let's make this into a great nation, why not? We are supposed to be the youngest nation on the planet. Nearly 52 or 53% of the population is below 30 years of age, with so much energy, with such young people, which no nation has. Can't we transform this nation in the next 5 to 10 years?